Macmillan Audio presents Savor It by Tarah Dewitt. Read for you by Karissa, Vacker, and Zachary Weber. This one's for the me, who sat in the dark, staring at a glowing screen, dreaming of exactly this. Keep choosing bravery over perfection. And, okay, this is also a little bit for James Acaster on that episode of The Great British Bake Off, when he said the most relatable thing every creative spirit has experienced. Started making it, had a breakdown. Bon appetit! Dear listener, while this story is full of warmth, love, and humor, it is also balanced with some heavier and more sensitive topics. A theme I find important to represent in my books is that sometimes life interrupts our plans with little regard for them. Additionally, even when our best-laid plans do come to fruition, sometimes those successes lead to burnout because we only feel added pressure with each achievement and forget to take time to savor the good. Some potentially triggering material in this book includes grief, death of a loved one, occurs off-page, career burnout, bodily injury, occurs off-page. As always, I hope I've handled these with accuracy, respect, and care. I hope Fisher and Sage's journey makes you feel seen somewhere along the way, too. Chapter 1. Sage. Well, it's certainly unexpected, I say. It is also decidedly phallic, and it is at least 50 feet tall. The dome-shaped tip juts up above the roofline at its back, proudly silhouetted against the early summer sky. Wren, my very best friend and favorite person in the world, aside from her equally mature son, barely contains a snicker beside me. "How'd they get it up so fast?" she asks, a full-out guffaw chasing the words. Oh, God, the jokes are already writing themselves. Didn't you have Sam at 16? Fairly certain you know how they work, I tease. Her eyes round for a millisecond before we collapse in laughter, curling into each other with our shoulders bumping. I see you ladies have taken notice of our new elevation, Athena Cirillo says, lips rolled together to hide her own amusement. Scaffolding for this new bit finally came down yesterday. She strolls down the park path to join us in our gaping, her snow-white waves floating on the breeze. Morning, Sprout, I say to the Brussels Griffon tucked under her arm. Beady eyes spare me a watery blink. Do you know what it is? Wren asks Athena with a nod toward the building. The bookstore owner can always be counted on for the inside scoop, like our very own goddess of small-town knowledge. Athena turns back to the old warehouse and shakes her head. All I know is that it's zoned for dining or retail space, she says. Wren and I hum acknowledgments and go back to curiously studying the site before us. The old brick building at the front of our coastline park hasn't been operational for years. Not in my lifetime, at least. It had been absorbed into Spunes, Oregon, and only ever used as a pseudo-community center of sorts. The covered patio area up front provided shade for the bi-weekly farmers market, and the interior was used as town storage for things like banners and holiday decorations. That is, until it wasn't. Some months back, the place was completely cleared out, everything strewn across the expansive green lawn in tidy piles. Construction began a few weeks after. My guess is dining, Athena adds. Retail would likely be better with other shops surrounding it. Since this is somewhat solitary, I think a restaurant is more probable. Either way, Martha's up in arms. This certainly won't help matters. She waves an arm up and down at the structure, letting out a weary sigh. Anyway, I'm off to open the store. Have a great day, ladies. Stay out of trouble. We say our farewells before we pivot back, still silently contemplating. I muse. A small twinge of excitement flares at the idea of a new restaurant. I think of my collections of food magazines at home, elaborate dishes I'd love to recreate, but probably never will. Still, my fingers itch to try something new. Incidentally, the only specific thing that comes to mind right now is eggplant parm. Our heads tilt to the side at the same time. Indeed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?